You will own nothing and be happy. That's what's coming, right? So the reading of Isaiah is God's judgment on Edom and all the nations of the world. And I posted a video because they're living in rocks right now. They have dwellings inside mountain cliffs and they also have underground cities. They know what's coming. And why is that? Because of the violence that you done to your brother Jacob. On that day that strangers carry off his wealth and foreigners enter his gates and cast lots for Jerusalem. Jerusalem meaning our lands. They split our lands among themselves. For that day of Adonai is near upon all the nations. As you have done, it shall be done to you. Your deeds should return on your head. So these are the nations, they came together. And these are the nations, they're going to be under judgment right now. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Even Ishmael's, our half-brothers, joined Edom. More nations, they came together. Why do you think 198 nations came together in COP28? For what they're about to set in motion. This is kingdom against kingdom. Armageddon. For the house of Jacob should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau stumble. And they shall burn them and consume them, and there shall be no survivors of the house of Esau. For Adonai has spoken. Do you rejoice, O people Edom, in the land of Uz? But you too will feel the awful anger of Adonai. Israel's exile for her sins will end at last, but Edom's never. I posted this video yesterday, a message that Sister Celestial left. It's a message for the 12 tribes of Israel. Our sins have been forgiven. Our exile is up. The gathering will be happening soon. It's a gathering, not a rapture. The rapture was given to us by a Jesuit priest. So make it make sense. When the 1,000 years end, Satan will be let out of his prison, and he will go and deceive the nations of the world and gather them together. So Satan has only 7 years left on earth, right? That means that he's been ruling this whole entire time because his 1,000 years are almost done. If you haven't noticed, they're in religion, they're in the government, the school system, medicine, they're in everything. Why do you think that the Abrahamic religions are in the pyramid, the Illuminati pyramid? This is for the reading of Joel 3. See my people return from far away, from the north and from the south. Look and see what Adonai has vowed, that all your enemies shall come and be your slaves. There will be jewels to display as bridal arrangements. For we are the bride. And the wedding feast is a bloody battle. Let me correct myself. It's not Joel 3. This is from Isaiah 50. But Joel 3 is another good one on us coming back. So in the reading of Deuteronomy 28 is the blessings and curses. So all the curses that happen to us now gets returned to the nations. He will send diseases among you until you destroy from the face of the land. Like I explained in past video, the kingdom of Judah fell last, and they had to serve 400 years. 1619 plus 400, that's 2019. And you notice that the plague started in 2019. For you will sow much, but reap little. The locusts will eat up your crops. You will plant vineyards and care for them, but you won't eat the grapes or drink the wine. For worms will destroy them. For worms will destroy the vines. Let me skip down a little bit. Your sons and daughters will be snatched away from you as slaves. The locusts shall destroy your trees and vines. Foreigners living among you shall become richer and richer, while you become poor and poorer. They shall lend to you, not you to them. They should be the head, and you should be the tail. Have you noticed how much of our lands have been sold to China? And have you also noticed how much money we owe China? And our social securities are bonds in the New York Stock Exchange, as in bond servants. How else do you think they're going to pay off the debt? Because who leads into captivity they should go. For Adonai will bring a distant nation against you, swooping down upon you like an eagle, a nation whose language you don't understand, a nation of fierce and angry men who will have no mercy upon the young or the old. You could pause and read the rest of the scripture. We got an eagle nation that came into our lands. Now Russia's coming into America and doing the same thing all over again. I'm going to play for you a video that somebody posted in New York City.
Let me get the tripod ready. Who are you? Excuse me. Ho. Who are you? Yo. mon père. Où are you? Bibliothèque inférieure. Où are you? Huh? Who are you? What's up? Who are you? What's up? Who are you? None of your fucking business, nigga. Yeah, nigga. None of your business, nigga. Who the fuck is you? Huh? Yeah. What's up, nigga? I don't give a fuck who you are, nigga. Move the fuck back, nigga. Come with respect.
They know what they're here for. These are UN soldiers. And this is an invasion. You know that King Charles is known as the Green King. And like he said in his speech, he's going to bring a vast military campaign to kick it off. The rider of the pale green horse brings death by sword, hunger, and plagues. You could pause and look at the images. When you look at these bullet points, you can see that a lot of these things that are here was done to Israel and Judah. They took our lands away. They ended the family unit. They gave us the money system that we know today, that's why there's going to be another reset with a new one. Government raised children, they did that too. Government owned and controlled schools, colleges, and universities, they've been doing that. You won't own any land, any cars, nothing. Human beings concentrated into human settlement zones. The end of private farms and grazing livestock. The end of single-family homes. You notice how all the animals were being killed around 2020 in America? They said it was because of COVID they were killing off the livestock, right? Well, they did it to us as well, to starve the Native Americans. The scripture says that the animals would come back, and they did. The buffalo's back. So now let's take Judah. Did Judah have any money? Of course not, because slaves don't have money, right? And they ate whatever was given to them to eat, right? That's exactly what they're going to do now. They're going to give us what they want us to eat, including plastic ice cream, because they want us to eat plastic and insects. Did Judah have homes? Or were they in settlements? Men were apart, women were apart, and the children were sold off. Didn't the school system take our kids? Government raised children. It's going to happen again. Now everything gets returned onto the heads of these nations. So pray that you be worthy to go in the second Exodus, the gathering, so you won't be left behind in this system that's coming. I'm going to play for you a portion of her video, but you can find the full video on YouTube. That's her latest video right there, Black Swan 2024.
Of 2023 of COP28, 198 parties or leaders, 198 all met. And to me, that was a setup for the tribulation, because when you see what happened as an outcome of all of that, and some people who have, watched some of our previous shows said, oh, what happened? Well, a lot happened that you have no idea about. I mean, really, do you honestly think 198 leaders and more people came together and nothing happened? More happened than ever before. And we're going to be revealing some of that in documents, and also what's coming up in 2024. All of this stuff is converging, and there are events that are happening in 2024. It's all a setup for the tribulation. Okay, Craig, what's going on?
So on December 13th, the world agreed upon a 7-year deal. And here it is right here. And I have the full document, and it's 21 pages. And so we have a 7-year agreement that we can say, hey, this is possibly the covenant that gets confirmed by the Antichrist. And that is being played out as we speak. And we'll get into that later in the interview. This agreement is acknowledging that climate change is a common concern of humankind, and that the parties should respect, promote, and consider their respective obligations on human rights. The right to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment, the right to health. They want to control your health.
I'm seeing that, that has been huge in this whole thing, more than ever before.
Yeah, this was the first summit ever to have a whole day devoted to people's health. And so that's a huge agenda, and they're going to push this significantly in the next 2 years. So we know based on that, we can assume there's another 2020 event upcoming in the next 2 years.
Right.
They also recognize the fundamental priority of safeguarding food security and ending hunger, and the particular vulnerabilities of food production systems to the adverse impacts of climate change. So they want to control all food and production. That includes farming as well. So the farmers are going to have to implement certain farming practices, or they can't farm that crop. So I'm going to, for an example, Frito-Lay. The growers for Frito-Lay potatoes have to adhere to their rules, to the government's rules, or they can't sell their crop.
Yeah, the thing that I found interesting with this COP, and they're bragging about it too, is that they said we finally are really doing something about the food and sustainable food. But of course, part of that is fake meat. Part of that is food that is not good for us because made with chemicals. But we'll get into more of that too. And even I want to uncover some stuff from documents of what they're saying. But they are bragging about this food issue now.
And if you go to the meat department now, you have to make sure you have bones with your meat. So if you I'll give a typical example. If you go to McDonald's and get chicken McNuggets, or Burger King and get chicken McNuggets, that's processed chicken meat. You probably don't want that meat. You want the meat that's on the bone. And even then, they're feeding these animals GMO products to fatten them up for market. So even then, you got to be really selective on your meat if you want to eat healthy. And you can go ahead and eat it, but we can see in America, for example, what it's done with people that eating this kind of meat fattens them up too.
Right. And so all of this they say, is part of climate change, of sustainable food, and yet it's all food that's bad for us. Like none of this makes sense. But okay, keep on going.
They even have, by the way, plastic ice cream, that you can now eat this plastic ice cream. I think it's in the UK where they've made plastic ice cream. So it's actually oil products, and you can eat this ice cream. And it's a way to get rid of this product, and it tastes good.
So the United Nations had a resolution for the right to food. And I wasn't sure if it was true or not, so I decided to look it up. TikTok, this is public information, not misinformation. This is from the digitallibrary.un.org. Let's take a look at who voted yes, that food is a right, and who voted no. Looks like we were the only ones that voted no. Food is not a right.
Thank you very much.
All right, John, you're going to go get your ticket?
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
All right, John, you're going to be cited for violating the service of the ordinance. Officer Wynn is going to issue a citation.
So when?
Wait, sir. Court is going to be up here. Other information. Any questions? No.
All right, my name's John. This is our 83rd ticket that we received for feeding the homeless here in downtown Houston. The mayor's quoted to complain to say that we're disturbing the library people, but the library's closed an hour and a half before we even serve. We need some answers. If you want to volunteer, come here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday on the corner of Smith and McKinney in front of the downtown library. Bring yourself, or you can bring a vegetarian dish and come help us serve.
I have an idea. Why don't we all go around the table and share something that we're thankful for?
Oh, I love that idea. Well, I'm
thankful for our land and our great and mighty chief. And let's hope he finally builds that wall. What? We need a wall. I heard those illegal settlers are coming over here with their diseases and guns, and we need to protect our borders.
That's just so rude and offensive, Grandpa.
Yeah, where'd you even hear a thing like that? Fox.
Grandpa, you gotta stop talking to that crazy old fox.
He knows what's up. It makes a lot more sense than that lying peacock you talk to.
You know what? It's okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Exactly.
Can we just have a nice Thanksgiving dinner without you bringing up politics?
Fine by me. Yes.
Please.
You know what? I think I have to excuse myself again.
Oh, sure. Okay, man. Grandpa, you're being a bigot. Is John okay? That's the second time he's excused himself. Maybe because Grandpa keeps freaking him out.
Or maybe because he's stealing from us.
What? John doesn't steal.
I'm just saying, since those illegals showed up, a lot of things have gone missing lately. Buffaloes, land.
But Grandpa, the white people have made some good contributions to our land.
Oh, right, like those ugly blankets that are getting everybody sick.
Who told you the blankets are getting people sick?
The fox. He knows what's up.